Good morning, good morning, good morning. AM Hustle, making money on Amazon with eBooks. I get this question quite a bit. I have a lot of people who are, how do you do it? Is it possible? Is it still a good way to make money? It so many different hesitation questions predicated on loss. And I say it like that because right now, this morning, someone is working on a book that they're going to put on Amazon either this month or next month, and they're going to make six figures from that book. So the question isn't is Amazon a good way to make money with ebooks? The question is, do you have the skill sets to make it happen? That's the real scales, the real deal. Just to get straight to the truth, because many people seem to think that if they just come up with a book and throw it up on Amazon, they can make some money. Not going to happen. Just there's a process, and for those of you who are predicated, dedicated, and want to make money with ebooks, audiobooks, online courses, video, you have until the end of this month. And this is a live stream for those who will come in later and hear me answer a question or something and just be totally confused. Just be like, what's going on? There's like, he's having a conversation with someone. Is this live or can I get in? And currently, December 20th, it's live at 7:41 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. After this time period, it will not be live. But going back to what I was saying, if you want to learn how to do what I do, become a founder of Electric Kung Fu. One course is going on right now, the paid blogger, and we really will get deep and heavy into it in 2016. The links below. Just go ahead, get in there, and matter of fact, I'll just make sure the links below before I get too deep. But yeah, you have until December 31st to get in there. Now let's get into ebooks on Amazon. The big deal with ebooks on Amazon is distribution. That's the big thing. That's the huge thing. And you have people who are trying to make a lot of money with a little effort, and it's just not going to happen because, all right, let's just talk about it from the beginning to the end. You got an ebook, right? And you want to make some money. Now, that's the problem. You have an ebook and you want to make some money. Because if you have an ebook and you want to make some money, there's some fundamental things that you have not done which will result in your failure. And part of that is the lack of research, the lack of knowing your marketplace, the lack of actually doing your due diligence. Because if you're going to do an ebook and you're going to put it on there, part of the success of the ebook happens long before you even write the book. That's the thing that really throws a lot of people off because, I'll go ahead and address that one question of, all right, is Amazon still a good place to put ebooks on there and make money? And the answer is yes. If you have the right ebook, let me just say that. If you have the right ebook, if you have the right ebook, if you have the right marketing, if you have the right research. See, there's a lot of intangibles in there, and there's a lot of ifs that many people who want to make money from ebooks on Amazon just don't do. And let's just have a conversation about your story, because everyone's got a story, and everyone has a story that can be a book. I'm gonna break it down like this. Every night across the world, there are millions of people fucking. Millions. Just doing that every night, right? Now, out of those millions, some are going on to Pornhub. Stay with me. Pornhub. They're going with what is it? YouPorn and some of these other things, right? Do you want to see everybody that is fucking? Because the thing is, there's some fat fuckers out there. There's some fat fuckers who are fucking right now. And it's just, do you want to see that? No, you don't. But the thing is, those fat fuckers, they're having a good time. Feels good, feels nice. They're having a good damn time. They're having a good story. Everybody's coming. It's wonderful. But do you want to read about it? See, that's the thing. When you're in that moment and you're talking about your story, it's a good story to you. It may not be a good story to someone else. It may not be a good story to the rest of the world. So I know you got a story, and I know that you want to put it out there, and I'm not suggesting that you don't put it out there. What I'm suggesting is you become very realistic in what you think that you can get out of that story. Unfortunately, there's been many people who have been betrayed. There's been many children orphaned. There's been, unless you do a superhero story like Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham's mother put him in an orphanage when he was 11. Do you understand what the mindfuck that is? He was aware of what was going on. My mama don't want me, and she done put me in an orphanage with these other kids who are not wanted by their parents. That's a story. Because he went to the orphanage, he excelled, he went to college, and now he is in the NFL. That's a story that people will read about. Now, let's just say Jimmy wasn't 6'6". Let's just say Jimmy didn't have a natural athletic ability which he's worked upon and he's made himself better. Let's just say that didn't happen. And let's say he didn't make it to the NFL. Let's say Jimmy Graham was Jimmy Graham, the post office worker. Still a good story. People he meet will be inspired. But it's not a story that's going to sell millions. It's not a story that's going to get you a Gatorade contract where they're running your story in their promos, where you probably signed a high 6-figure or 7-figure deal. Your story, if it's not that exciting, it's just not that palatable. All right, let's go back to the fat fuckers again. Now, there are some fat fuckers whose story is unique. Maybe you have a fat fucker who is extremely athletic, and maybe the dude's got a donkey dick, and the girl can like put her fat legs behind her head. It has a certain uniqueness to it. That's the story. I'm saying this to you because as someone who's gotten a lot of criticism, as someone who's been in a lot of writing groups, everyone thinks they have a story. And also, here's another part. If you have a story and don't know how to tell it, it's almost as bad as having a boring story. Now, I have a lot of practice with telling stories because of the storage auction business, of having to remember that stuff, remembering the craziness. A lot of stories there that were palatable. So I tell you this not to insult you or even dash your hopes. I'm telling you that book that you have in you, that's a story, write it. Put it out. And then while you finish that book, because writing that book's going to teach you a lot, it's going to get your writing skills better. Then while you finish that book, think of a book that can make some money. I will tell you, I was in the writing group 2010, and I said this. You need to be working on your second book as soon as you finish your first book. And you need to be promoting your book before you even finish it. And I was just like, no, we had to groom it. So we have all these people that would write these books, and then they would start promoting and marketing the book late in the game. And really, the marketing is where it is, because going back to, is Amazon a good place to sell books? Amazon, I don't even know. I'm just going to throw a number out there because I think it's going to be in the realm of reality. Amazon has millions of books on the site. So what are you going to write that's going to create enough energy for someone to go look and find your book? Because the big issue you have is discoverability. Just because you wrote a good book, just because the cover's nice, doesn't mean it's going to sell. And I have various experiences with Amazon. Once again, if you have the marketing ability, if you have the writing ability, and this is the thing, you don't have to be Hemingway. You don't have to be Kurt, what's his name, Hobart, something like that. You don't have to be Davosky. No. You just have to be able to put sentences together where people are like, oh, I understand that, and I'm entertained or I'm educated. That's it. That's it. You'll have people tell you that you need to be the next Steinbeck, or you need to be the next Gresham. No. You need to be competent. You need to be competent. If you're competent, you can write a book and you can make some money. Now, another part of this game is, do you want to write? Because this is another thing. And I'm going to predicate the Kindle courses, the people who put courses, the people who have folks who ghostwrite their books. I'm going to classify them as publishers. That's what publishers do. They go out to the marketplace, or people submit their books to the publisher. They wholesale buy the book, then put it out and make the lion's share of the profit. That's publishing. The business model's been around a long, long time. So I don't have a problem with that. Now, I probably will not do any courses like that in electric kung fu, because that's not my interest. Because I enjoy the writing process, I enjoy the creative process. Some people just want to make some money, and there's ways you can go out there and find courses and do it. Now, let's talk about that. Let's say you go out, you become a publisher, you hire writers to create books and products for you, you put them on Amazon. Now, let me tell you what's going to happen, because this is the big thing that no one talks about, is when you are putting books out, unless that book gets lift, and lift is marketing, paid traffic, or an influencer says, wow, this is the best book ever. If you don't have that, you're not going to sell your book, because it's going to get lost in the sea of books, and it can be great. So lift, marketing, exposure, that stuff is it. And this is why I step back over what are you talking about, Robin? Don't talk. Just saw our live work practically. What is that, Robin? Once again, this is live for the folks who come later. I don't understand what you're saying. All right, put that back. But where was I going with that? With the whole deal of being a publisher and exposure and putting stuff out. Now, going back to why I actually stopped doing Amazon and I stopped putting my books on there, because this channel is a lead generation device. And I can just put links in places and point traffic here or there. So when I was doing that with Amazon, what happens when you go to Amazon? They have a recommendation engine. So they put your stuff and they send it. You send traffic to Amazon, right? And unless you can go ahead and get them where they go straight to your page, and even if they go to your page, Amazon's recommendation engine still has recommendations below your page. They're just everywhere. So you can pay to send traffic to Amazon and make someone else makes a sale off of your paid traffic. I saw that happen, and I was like, "Whoa! I can't keep doing this. This is not going to work. This isn't going to work." So I was forced, because this is one of the things that I believe in. All third-party marketplaces behave the same because they have to, because of influences. So I spent the last 3 years learning how to sell books and products outside of Amazon, outside of all of these other things, because what happens is when you are being a creator, you get kind of caught up in the creation process and forget about the business process. So now I know how to sell books off of Amazon, I'm going back because now I have a better plan. I know that if I write a book, because I'm going to do the research, I'm going to look at the marketplace, and I'm going to write a book that the marketplace wants. I'm not going to write a book unless I'm just, I'm probably going to do this blog called maybe Mad Society or something like that for just personal expression, just to write shit off my ass. And I'm cool because if not too many people read it, I understand going in that possibly no one's going to read it, or just a few people are going to read it. So I'm really, really cool with that. Now, if you as a writer want to make money with a book on Amazon, you have to write something that is people want to read. And I can already give you the tip of, if you write a book, you need to have a 4, 5, 6, 7 book series. If you're going to write in the genre of entertainment fiction, as I call it, that's romance, that's action, thriller, police procedure. You need to have a main character that people love and can root for, and you need to lace that character through some twists and turns through these series. And that's going to make you money. And it's not literary fiction, but it will make you money. And it is really, really interesting how that will happen if you understand the business. So I will talk about all of my experiences with Amazon. First experiences were with CreateSpace, because CreateSpace is owned by Amazon, and it was a good experience, but it illustrated just how many people don't make money with Amazon. All right. I created a physical product. I created a physical book of making money A to Z with self-storage and auctions. The first one, we had this ridiculously horrible green cover. And I was selling it and putting it out because I felt that since the book was a how-to book, people would want to make notes and lines and stuff like that. So that's why I created the physical product. And this is funny because I used to get people, it's like, don't buy Glenda's book. He's trying to get all those books out of his garage. He's got all the inventory. And this was so funny. I never ever had inventory except for a few times that I was sending people signed copies that want them. I never carried inventory. I would take the order on my blog, go into CreateSpace, pay for the book, which was anywhere between, I think at the time was like $3.20 wholesale. The shipping was, it was like $6 to $7 to send the book pretty much anywhere in the United States. And I did that for like 2 years. I know some days I would get like 6, 7 orders. Just ship. Never touched it. And it was a beautiful thing when it worked well. Now, I was trying to steer traffic from Amazon to the blog. And this is what I did. And I thought I would do it with pricing. I priced the book at $99. And I thought, they'll go buy the book for $59.99 on my blog. What happened was more people bought the book on Amazon. And I remember I would watch my page like a hawk, and I would check my traffic and stuff. Then I remember one day I saw my ranking go way down. Like when your ranking goes way down, like if you have a ranking of 1.8 million, 1.8 million on Amazon for your book, you might sell one a month or one a quarter. So I saw my ranking drop down to 18,000, which was like 10 or 20 books. But I didn't see the reflection in my CreateSpace account. And I called them up and I was talking to the lady. And this is what she said, the customer service rep. Wow, you're selling a lot of books. And I was like, what are you talking about? I was only selling at the time probably 140 a month, but in $59.99, it adds up. And it was really, really crazy how she was just really, because I thought, to really be making money selling books, you need to sell thousands. And I talked to her and she said, yeah, you've had the highest sales I've ever seen of anyone I talked to. This was a physical book, paperback. This was, I think, 2010. And when my ranking went down, and the reason I called was I didn't see the money that I thought that I should have saw in my account. And I was just kind of freaking out because it was like, hey, that was a lot of money. Long story short, I get this email that there was a adjustment to my account, a $2,500 adjustment. Because once again, they fixed the problem. It just took like 4 or 5 months for the adjustment to come. But that just let me know that the system wasn't really ready for people to sell a lot of stuff. And there was no fuckery on Amazon's part. They have an auditing system. Clearly, if they didn't have an auditing system, they never would have known there was a mistake. So, they fixed it. It was kind of like, where's my money type deal. So let's get to the eBooks. Selling eBooks, and then I have a pen name that I write a few books. Well, I have a few pen names, and I realized from my first experience of eBooks and putting my books on Amazon that people, because I have a very brutal delivery here, some people don't like that, so they will literally go to Amazon and leave bad reviews on the book and not read it just to be evil. So with that experience, when I started with the pen name, I told nobody. One person knows what all my pen names are. One person. And my lowest review is a 3-star. I've got 4, most of them are like 4 stars. And I know that if I go out and start putting out, well, this is what people are going to just go there and leave fucked up reviews. And it's just that's something else that I talk about, because if you notice, many authors are super nice and they're always kissing your ass because they have to. Because this is the weirdness. To me, reviews matter and they don't matter. If I'm going to get a physical product, I'm looking at reviews. When I got the camera, when I got this thing, and when I got these cameras here. Let's see. When I got this camera and when I got this camera, I looked at the reviews. The reviews were excellent, so I knew what I was getting into, and the camera is performing to expectations. Books, I'm way more open because I know people can be assholes. So I'll read the book, get a feel for it, kind of do a little research on the author, and if that fits, whether the reviews are good or bad, because I bought some books where the reviews were just, this is a horrible book. I bought the book and found it to be very useful, extremely useful, and I'm just sitting here like, I don't know why these people left these reviews, but people are evil. And typically with the ebook situation, it's a 60-day payout window. So you looking at maybe 60 days before you get your first dividend from Amazon. I call it dividend and royalties. And I didn't really like that because it's learning to sell books off of Amazon, you get paid much sooner. It can make a big difference if you're kind of in that poverty, almost making it space. It can make a huge difference. So those are the things that you have to look at when you're thinking about becoming an author and putting your books on Amazon. Can you make money on Amazon? Yes, you can make a lot of money on Amazon. Is it easy? No, it's not. Selling ebooks on Amazon is not easy. I don't believe luck, because some people just like, you'll hear them say, well, you just have to get lucky. I don't think luck plays a part into it. I think strategy, good book, good cover, good strategy, good marketing, and a plan will make you money. I've done it I've done it in my name. I've done it under a pen name. I've done it under 2 pen names. So this is a system. And the biggest thing is, if you're writing a book, the most important thing is your genre. And I've said this, 2010 Writing Group got flamed up, and then I saw people actually taking that advice 3-4 years later. And to illustrate how important that is, you can write a shitty book in a popular genre and make money, and you can spend 10 years writing your opus, your epic opus, and make not a dime. Book's amazing. You put your heart and soul into it, and No money, no loot, no money. So those are some of the things that you have to look at when you're trying to do this. Because I get a lot of people with that. Hey, Glendon, is Amazon still places put good ebooks? Questions like that are really not good questions, because it's almost the assumption that if you have an ebook and you just slap it on Amazon, you can make some money. There are so many variables, so many elements that go into making money with ebooks on Amazon, making ebooks online. It's sick. But number one, your topic and your genre. Most important thing you will do. Most important thing. So that's it. That's the little chat. This is the AM Hustle for folks who want to get into the Amazon game. Little insights, been there, done that, what I'm doing. And if you want to learn more, go below the video, sign up for Electric Kung Fu as a founder. This is something that'll be around. It's going to take me probably a year to build it out the way that I want to build it out, because there's a lot that's going to go into it. Because right now we're doing the paid blogger, and I'm going to tell you why I'm doing the paid blogger. I started with a blog, and the lessons that I learned from starting with the blog helped me with my internet career, because there's this perception of outsource, hire someone to do your blog, hire someone to do all this stuff. And if you got the money, that's great. But if you don't have the money, and true outsourcing where you're going to make some money, you're not going to pay someone like $100 and make $5,000 a month. You're going to get to decent income. You're going to be paying some decent money in outsourcing, in logo designs, book cover design. You can spend thousands outsourcing all of this stuff. But if you learn some sweat equity, it makes it's easier to talk to your designers. It's easier to talk to your developers. So with the blog, all the stuff that I went through, I had my blog crash, I had my blog disappear, which forced me to learn stuff that I would have not learned any other way. And some of the lessons that I learned from having that first blog helped me to this day in terms of the internet, how things work. So that's what's going to be in Electric Kung Fu, the paid blogger. And then we're going to get into the ebooks, audiobooks, and some other things. And I'm going to teach you the lead funnel system, because there's things that I do that other folks just don't do online. And that's why when you have these conversations, because you should understand, when you hear a business model online and it's all out there and it's free, it doesn't usually work as well as it did when it came out. There's just some things that I'm doing that are working really well. And honestly, they're working really well because no one else is doing them. No one's paying attention to them. Like, let's talk about this live stream that I'm doing right here. Everyone's going to Periscope, Meerkat, and all this other stuff. This right here, not too many people are doing it because it's complicated. And some other things that I'm doing that are working out really well is because they're complicated and there's a learning curve. And many people are not ever going to do this because there's just too much that goes into it. And it doesn't cost a lot of money. It costs a lot of mental money because I went through some stuff trying to make this thing work, because I thought it was my computer. I thought it was a steep learning curve on how to present these live events. And it's made a huge, huge difference. So that's what's going to be happening in the wonderful world of Electric Kung Fu. It's going to take about a year to build it out. So there's going to be a lot of stuff for those of you who get in now as a founder. And after I shut down the founder status, then I'm just going to do class per class. That's just how it's going to be. So for those folks who get in now, they are going to do themselves a world of good. And once again, links below. Everything you should need to know is below. Where to go, how to get in, and all of that stuff. So with that, I will see you good people later.